What's up guys, it's Shen. Today we'll be talking about basic tips about Shen. Because I'm unpopular and poor AF, I have no sponsorships to talk about before we get into this video. So yeah, let's just jump into it. The first tip is about positioning for a taunt. If you want to learn or improve on your Shen skills, probably the best improvement you can make is to use this ability correctly. I see so many Shen top players misusing this ability. Let's review what a bad Shen player does with their Shadow Dash as opposed to what an experienced Shen player does. A bad ninja will use his taunt in laning phase without any vision. This is a really bad practice because if the enemy jungler comes to gank, you'll be left without a way to escape to safety, aside from using your flash. Taunting into your enemy without vision leaves you incredibly vulnerable. Remember, Shadow Dash has the longest cooldown of all of Shen's basic abilities, so if you waste it, you'll be way out of position without your dash for a while. The other big thing a bad ninja will do is use his taunt on a tank in a teamfight. To some people, this is ridiculously obvious that you don't do this, because it's relatable to a Blitzcrank pulling a late-game Cho'Gath into his own team. Trying to use your most valuable basic ability on just the tank is pretty counterintuitive, it just puts you in a bad spot. You should be targeting carries, not tanks. A great ninja virtually does the opposite of what a bad ninja does. You should be warding important bushes near you and looking for the enemy jungle on your minimap constantly. Once you know that the enemy jungler is far enough away, you can use Shadow Dash to go in for a full trade. Really though, throughout the whole game, you should have a lot of wards out anyways. As for using Shadow Dash in teamfights, try to hit the enemy backline. If you can taunt high damage people like a Syndra or a Kog'Maw, do it. Also, if you're going to commit to engaging, go in with full force. If you can taunt more people by using flash with your taunt, do it. I mean, you really need to use good judgment on what is a good and bad opportunity, but try to taunt multiple people, not just one. Speaking about teamfights, let's talk about positioning for them. As with any tank, you want to stand in front of your carries. If it looks like a teamfight is about to break out in a lane, it's pretty straightforward. Just stand in front of your carry. Try to block incoming crowd control and damage. In the jungle, try to find a thin wall that you can dash over to hit an enemy passing by. If you don't think you will find a good angle in the jungle, just stay near your carries to protect them. If you have a way to get behind the enemy, like teleporting to a deep ward, try to come up behind the enemy AD carry and distract them for as long as possible, while your team follows up. So those are the positioning tips I have for now, but let's talk about using your ult. Stand United got changed a while ago so that it gives higher shield strength based on ally missing health. This means that you need to keep an eye on your teammates' health. One of your main purposes is to protect your team. If your bottom or middle lane are getting ganked and your own jungler isn't close by, you have the unique ability to even the numbers anywhere on the map while giving a shield to keep an ally alive. You want to use your ult as soon as an enemy commits to a fight. Not too early, or the enemy will be able to walk away freely while you wasted your ult, and not too late either, or your ally might die before you can finish your channel. Also, if your jungler gets into a duel with the enemy jungler, you can use your ultimate to turn the tide of the battle in your favor. You can also use your ultimate to get a pick or perform a cross-map gank. Sometimes the positioning aspect is greater than the protective aspect. I'll talk more about picks in another video, but just having a general idea that you can use your ult for a lot of stuff is really useful. My last tip for right now is to pick Shen in the right circumstance. Ideally, you want to pick Shen either against a team that is reliant on basic attacks for damage, like Master Yi or Kog'Maw, or with a team that has a lot of picking power, like Nocturne or Taliyah. Picking Shen in other setups isn't terrible, however picking other champions instead will probably be better because they might fit the needed role more. This video was basic tips for playing Shen. To recap, always have vision around you when you Shadow Dash offensively. Understand when to use Stand United for defensive or offensive purposes, and pick Shen when he'll shine in his role. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed the basic tips for playing Shen. Please hit those like and subscribe buttons to support me, and thank you for watching. I'll see you all later.